Hi there everyone, thanks to my new subscribers and to my old subscribers. Tonight I'm going to do the Truth About His Feelings picker card. You choose a number 1 or 2 and the timestamps are in the description box below. I have pulled the 9 of Swords, the 5 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. Of course, if this reading resonates, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service, so you can send me the funds with a message or you can email me. My Fiverr account is a service facility and you need your Facebook details or your Google details to log into that facility. Back to the reading. I feel just recently you've suffered some sadness over this connection. I feel you've been concerned over it actually. The concern stems from your thoughts that maybe it's been a third party situation and you're not quite sure about the details surrounding that third party situation. I actually feel that your person has probably an alcohol problem with the Cups energy here, but I feel that your person's getting a handle on that, but they've got to start from scratch. It seems to me that's the biggest interfering factor in this whole dynamic. In the past, they've always been very domineering in their relationships, and I feel they had a partner in the past who used to stand up to your person when they were being domineering, and in that respect they were very devoted to one another because they were addicted to the fight. I feel also that your person suffers some sadness generally. They suffer some worry. Now that could be for any reason, but it seems to me they've found some shelter from all of that hurt. But it still plagues them. I feel your take on it is a little bit different because I feel that you found somebody you felt was perfect for you, and then a lot of things plagued your mind about this connection. Third party plagued your mind for a while. Your person's domineering attitude plagued your mind. Basically, your person's situation and who he is as a character plagued your mind because all of these thoughts that you're having have led to your disappointment just recently, if not now. But also I feel that your person's biggest disappointment is his inability to overcome his addictions, his inability to change. And also he has some general worries. But the biggest concern in his life is his thoughts over being emotionally inept, because I feel that he realizes you are the perfect person for him. He realizes that he can have everything he wants in a lover. But I also feel he's damaged goods. He's feeling sorry for himself because he knows he's not perfect enough for you. He tries to be the strong man in the past. He tries to be the domineering man. He tries to be the big man. He tries to be the cheating man. everything he tries, he fails at in terms of love, when it's the only thing he wants in life. What he wants in life is a loving partner, an equal partnership, his soulmate. He's just woken up to himself presently because he's realizing that he fucked it up. He didn't stay true to his dream. He got caught up. Money, drugs, alcohol. Too much struggle here. Too much of a good time. Too much ego. The thing is, I feel that he's lost his mojo. After doing all that, going all out, trying his best to be the big man in the situation, the domineering man, trying his best to make ladies feel sorry for him, trying his best to be the loner he always was at heart when he was a boy. He's not getting it right. He involved himself with a woman that he can control, but also a woman who could control him back. A woman that could pull at his heartstrings. A woman that basically left him emotionally bereft. It's no longer a third-party situation. All of those cups have been tipped out and you're all that's left, really. But now he's just feeling depressed. He's starting to realize that things are catching up. That the most important thing in his life, and the most important thing that should have always taken precedence, is out there, perhaps, and this is his biggest concern, perhaps living it up with another man. Developing an emotional relationship with another man, because he separated in the past and he was left on his own. I feel he's learned to be loyal to himself, but he's turned away from that domineering attitude. You know, that fire starter attitude, which didn't suit him very well at all, because he's more of an emotional fellow. He's not really a big man. You know, he's not the big bad guy. He does have feelings. I feel that losing you made him tap into those feelings. Losing you made him realize that he was a shitbag. He's stable at the moment, though. He's found a stable existence despite his depression. He's been working very hard for that. He's still got some concerns in his life, but he feels he's challenged in love because of his addictions, because of his expectations, because of his mental overdrive. He has this mental overdrive which tends to be cyclic, but I feel he's poured out those glasses of whatever. He hasn't only stopped the madness, but he's stopped the addiction just presently. I feel that he's getting upset over his addiction and how it ruined everything for you both. It could be just a momentary thing, something that's just happened because we've just gone through Christmas and New Year's, and that's when everybody has their lapses. But I feel it's a bit deeper than that. It was a third party situation, but he ruined everything over the Christmas and New Year break. He must have really gone out of his way to antagonize people during that time. And he's been left alone. So it's fared well for you in the respect that he's starting to look at himself again. He's starting to understand his emotions again. He's releasing some emotions, some pent-up emotions, and he's going to heal into the future. He's going to really focus on what's important, and I feel that there will be some agreement between you into the future about your emotional loyalty to one another, because it's going to turn from a third-party situation, which is kind of a five-party situation in the 5D, because you think he's with somebody or having affairs. He thinks you're with somebody and having an affair. So it's like a 5-party situation. But it's only all psychological. It's not realistic at all. It's psychological. And he was aggressed against as well. I feel that he got a good talking to about his drinking habits. It actually is a person that needs a lot of comfort. I feel he struggles with nightmares sometimes. And that's why he turns to his drinking. But you'll find he's pretty celibate, in the respect that he used to be a really passionate guy, but he was a bigger guy in some respect, and his weight was a real issue in the past, I feel, and he's just conquered that, and it has made him feel better, but it's changed his whole perspective. Like this worry that he feels, his addiction, his relationships always turn bad because he's stuck between a state of mind, two states of mind. That's the impression I get. So he's never, you'll find that, I don't know, he wants the ladies to give him some upper body attention, but not lower body attention. Has a lot to do with his worry. But there have been ladies in the mix, but he's ruined them over the Christmas break and New Year because of his antics. Goes a little bit crazy, and he was disciplined by somebody, I feel it's his mum, for going crazy. So I feel he'd like to get back to it. It's just a matter of time. It's almost like the glass slipper effect, when the clock strikes 12, everybody turns into their original selves. So that tells me he's running out of time. He's running out of time because his expectation is going to change. He's going to sober up and he's going to try to make a start with you in terms of romance. But by that time, you would have lost your slipper, you would be in your rags, you would be getting back to focusing on day-to-day tasks. And that means you would have returned to your authentic self and be thoroughly distracted from his princely moves, which you've been thinking over for a long time, which you've been dreaming about for a long time. And at some point, the clock strikes 12 and you just let it go. That tells me he's got to work hard to get his dream back. I feel the best, the very, very best scenario at the moment is that there's no third party. He's ruined everything. He's ruined any type of connection he had out there, and yours is intact. And the only reason yours is intact is because you separated at a time when things were good and not at a time when things were bad. So basically, he's still able to tap into that love, to tap into that friendship, to tap into that solidarity between you. I feel he's going to fly to you, to be closer to you. Before, you may have had to think about going closer to him, flying to him, but I don't think you need to think about that again. I feel he's on his way. He's very much a phoenix that has risen from the ashes, actually. You know, and he's entrapped in his mind about the both of you, the pair of you. He's kind of living between worlds. His world used to be dark. His world used to be very mind focused, so very logical, rational, unfeeling. That was his world until he met you. Till he understood there was an angel on earth for him. Before he met his angel on earth, people weren't so important. People were just things. Hot and cold things. So I feel that this whole situation is going to progress because he will have to face the music. He will have to resolve his dilemmas for good at some point, and that's when he'll want to begin again with you in love on equal terms. So I feel this connection is nice, but he has to work through his psychological issues before things progress. Okay, that was deck number 1. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service, so you can send me the funds with a message or you can email me. My Fiverr account is a service facility. So you need your Facebook details or your Google details to log into that facility. This is deck 2. I have pulled the Lovers, the Nine of Swords, and the Star. Of course, if this reading resonates, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service, so you can send me the funds with a message. Or you can email me. My Fiverr account is a service facility, so you need your Google details or your Facebook details to log into that facility. Back to the reading. I feel in the past you understood the significance of the soul connection between you. You built up a friendship, you built up a devotion, and you were supremely happy around one another. The mojo in the relationship or the sex drive wasn't that strong. You were both a little bit confused about what you meant to each other, and I feel that was the biggest challenge at the time. You were separated in the past, and you both had obstacles in your life to deal with, particularly on the career front. I feel that he had burnt down basically everything in his life, and you were dealing with a snake. So you really felt compatible. I feel from your perspective, you felt you found somebody akin to you because you found somebody who in some respect was on equal terms with you. There was some type of compatibility, and you recognized it straight away, and he recognized it straight away. And I feel it was just a stroke of luck that you were brought together by the angel. But also, it's the happiness you made one another feel for the duration. I don't feel that you were lovers per se, but you definitely felt like lovers. You felt like you'd known one another a lifetime. And I feel that's where the confusion lies. Even to this day, keeps you up at night sometimes. You're not quite sure about this person. They definitely destroyed a lot of things in their life, whereas you had some challenges, but you were working towards a more prosperous future for yourself, whereas he totally decimated his life plan in the past. And there was a mountain between you. I feel you had to move a mountain to get to one another, so that tells me there was some type of enemy in your midst, a strong enemy that kept you apart. I don't know how they did that, but it shows that that was an obstacle. I feel though there's a destiny here. despite whatever lovers this person has had in their past, despite whatever their intentions were since you've been apart, there's a true destiny between you into the future, and I feel that you will bring this thing back together. There's a purity of spirit between you. There's a happiness between you that can't be shaken. I feel that you met in the evening, maybe early evening, and I feel that your person was really worried and concerned about things before they met you. So I feel you've brought a lot of peace to your person's life. They still have these bouts. I feel they turn a lot of things over in their head and their mind's always working. And the most promising aspect of this setup is that whenever they think about you, they feel a little bit better about themselves and their day, and they feel a little bit healed. I feel they turn to you for healing. They've met a lot of women, but you still stand out as the person that they loved most. They take you as a kind of a sad character, actually. Somebody very giving, somebody very sexy, somebody very bright and happy and positive, somebody that lit up the darkness in their world. Because I feel that your person suffers some insomnia, and you changed that situation for them. And I also feel that meeting this person resolved your insomnia. The only time you really both respectively tap into that darkness is when you don't think about one another. But then most of the time you're thinking about one another, and it resolves the issue. So you're getting better sleep. I feel that you've become more popular, and they have been meeting a lot of people. That's how I feel about the situation. But you're very, very modest about your popularity, and I don't think you recognize yourself as somebody who has a lot of friends or has a lot of people around them. You don't recognize yourself like that. And I feel that every opportunity that he's come across in terms of women, new women, since you've been separated, he's thought over, he's thought twice about, he's really just stabbed those opportunities. As he's come across them, and the reason he's done that is because he suffers some anxiety, for one. So that takes over his mental processes, or and this is very similar to the first deck, but his anxiety takes over his ability to relate. And really you are the only person he's felt comfortable relating to, and you're the only person that he's felt comfortable talking to as well. So I feel that's part of it. His his dilemma. Because you're his tears wiper. You're the one who gets out the handkerchief. You're the one who dries his eyes. You're the one who takes his hands off his face, dries his eyes, distracts him for a while. On his side, it's a little cruder than what I'm describing, but you're the one who gives him hope. You know, and in a lot of respects, you're his everything. So he wants the person that gives him the most hope, being you, to come back and dry his eyes, to alleviate his anxiety, to give him a renewed focus again after meeting so many bland characters along the way. Really, you're the only one that he could relate to along the way. There have been a lot of women, but he hasn't been able to relate to them at all. But I feel that's what he's thinking over a lot, actually. He needs the one person that makes him really happy, that heals his heart, that heals his soul, that lightens, brings a light to his darkness, to the darkness that he suffers, to the darkness that descends on him from time to time, to the cold feelings that he gets about the world. He really needs you. He's kind of in his head at the moment, so he's not really looking to you for support, but he will be. Into the future, he will be. He needs you back. No. He needs you to stabilize his emotions again. He needs you to make him feel successful. He needs his destiny back. He recognized that you were a soulmate, that you were his destiny, and he needs that back. But he's also thinking about how you should be treated in a love relationship. Does he love upon you? Does he control you? You know, he's a bit of two minds, but I feel that you're so loving and so generous that he'll forget about his manly self. You know, he kind of has this very male-driven side and this controlling side, I feel, and he doesn't exactly know what to do with you in that respect because he's always had a certain type of relationship. So he sits up and he worries over his ability to love. He worries about it a lot, actually. He feels that you can have a successful love affair. He feels that you will be loyal to him. But I feel he's always had cold relationships where he's acted a certain way, he's directed his girlfriend or his partner a certain way, and he's just focused on his money or his career. So in that respect, he's a little bit warped because I feel that your love envelopes him. I feel that your love heals that side to him. But it is an aspect of his personality that you'll have to counter if he returns to you. At this stage, you're just planning on moving on without him, on seeking out your own success, on being your own person, being loyal to yourself, and really focusing on that loyalty to yourself, that is, to your future success. Because I feel that you don't harbour any regret anymore over this person. You feel that you gave him enough support in the past, enough love, enough cuddles, in some respect, either on an emotional plane or on a physical. You feel that you supported him enough, and you're more than willing to step aside for whoever else is on the scene, to seek out a life for yourself. So you are his brightest star. You are the person he needs to keep him on the straight and narrow. But he's conflicted. And the reason he's conflicted is because he's always been used to a treatment of women and a treatment from women. So being loved and finding his soulmate and tapping into those feelings that he hasn't tapped into for a while is a little bit hard for him, but he's getting there, because the happiness that he feels in his soul is quite beautiful and it's quite endearing, and I feel that every time he sees you, it sort of lights up his soul. Every time he thinks about you, it lights up his soul. So I don't get that this other side to him, which can be a little curt, is concerning to me in this scenario. It's like if his claws came out, and I feel it's more a claws issue, that you could just throw him some more love and he'll heal very quickly. But I feel the warnings in the cards that he does have claws, and that you're probably the only person on earth that subdues that side to him. So the reason he'll seek you out, or the reason he's thinking about seeking you out, is because he's starting to realize that a lot of those women that he's met along the way, or those people, are pretty bland. Everybody's bland except you in his world. And I feel that in the past he was quite a traveller, so he's looking for something, and he's only found it in you. So it's quite significant, and I feel that there is a possibility, if he chooses to communicate with you, that you can bring this thing back together, because I feel that even though you would communicate with him, you have no plans of going out of your way. You know that you'll treat him respectfully if he ever contacted you, but I don't think into the future you're going to go out of your way, so he has to make some effort. It shows there's a destiny in the cards there, so it could happen. But your sense of independence is very strong in this scenario also. And I just feel that even though he was a missed opportunity, it was also a missed opportunity that you couldn't exactly do anything about, because I feel that you gave him as much love and as much support as you possibly could give a person. But he gets caught up in his thoughts, and it kind of interfered in your connection. Plus there was an obstacle between you. Okay, so that was deck 2. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service, so you can send me the funds with a message or you can email me. My Fiverr account is a service facility, so you need your Google details or your Facebook details to log into that facility. See you next time.